What's up everyone, it's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report, and for today's video we're going to be taking a look at Rogue and her Ability Absorption. This is a very unique move. Marvel Rivals just keep upping the ante with what they're doing with characters, and for a long time since we kind of got rumblings that Rogue was going to be in the game, and then when she was confirmed, the question was what she was going to do and how she was going to be able to accomplish it with her ability. Now, her and how she got the chronovium and everything, that's a whole lore thing. We might get into that. But today, besides just marveling at how well this character is done, how fun she is to play, if you have the knowledge to succeed with her, it's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Because with her ability, we'll go through it in detail once we jump into the practice range. Depending on who you grab, of course you get an ability, but she gets something from everybody. So we're going to be going through how that works, what it does depending on what class you grab, and you know how that can just help you succeed overall. Because much like everything else in Marvel Rivals, sometimes it's just that one play that can make or break the game. So you can use this grab in various ways to succeed. So let's jump into practice mode, and then we'll see how that works out.
Can't turn off my power, so I might as well turn it up. Well, fancy seeing you here.
Okay, now before we get started, when you go to like the hero machine, you can actually see what she grabs from every character just by scrolling through. We're gonna have a little bit of fun today though and go by in detail. The most important thing is if she has a character that she can't take an ability from, such as Captain America, you'll see that Fatal Attraction, the cooldown on her dash and pull move gets reset. So if it's somebody that she can't take anything from, that's what's going to happen. But if it's somebody that she can take an ability from, it tells you what she will take the ability from. So we're going to start out with the Vanguards. Let's spawn Captain America out here, and we'll take a look at things. First, for the attacks, again, there's always things that they don't necessarily tell you in Marvel Rivals. Like if you're looking on the screen now, I'm playing on console. So circle is her ability absorption. Dash forward to knock down your target and absorb their energy. After absorbing, replace ability absorption with one of their abilities or refresh Fatal Attraction. Also absorb health and stats based on their role. So it tells you that. It even tells you that in, when you go to the heroes and look at the ability screen. But they don't exactly tell you what you take from each person. So that's going to be the point of this video today. So first and foremost, we're going to set cooldowns to not cooldown 2. Because if you miss this attack, it's like a dash, kind of like magic. It's a long cooldown. You got 25 seconds. You got to hold that if you don't, grab the person. The range on it is pretty decent. Like I think the range is around a little over 5 meters. We're going to set our practice settings so we don't have to worry about the cooldown. We can get through this a lot faster. But it looks like that's about 5 meters that you had to grab. Also, with it being a wild battle and, people chasing after you and things like that, sometimes it can get a little bit hard to grab those people when you need to. So it's going to be something you're going to have to practice. It's going to be something you have to master so you don't, miss. And then you have to hold that 25 seconds before you can grab anything else. But without further ado, as it was stated, with Rogue's ability absorption, in addition to ability steal for certain characters, Rogue also gets a buff. And the opponent gets a debuff depending on the class that they are. So if you grab a Vanguard, you'll see that her health went up, and her health goes up by 125. Now, we can't see it because it is Captain America. We are going against a training dummy. But in addition to her getting 125 health, the Vanguard also loses a max of 20 HP, I believe. So that's what happens when you grab a Vanguard. So you get a little bit more health. They lose health. So that helps you get into the fight a little bit better. So the next thing we're going to look at is what happens when you grab a duelist. So let's grab... We'll do somebody else without an ability again. Let's grab Hawkeye. Now when you grab a duelist, you'll see the up and down arrows coming on both sides of the target. When you grab a duelist, you get a 20% damage buff. And then they get a damage nerf as well. So, pretty crazy trade-off that you get with that. And last but not least, we want to take a look at what happens if you grab a strategist. So we're going to go ahead and grab Mantis. Something that you may have noticed that you may not have seen with the other two is that if it's ability that Rogue can steal from someone, you'll see an icon over their head of what she can take from them. Like for example, with Mantis, she takes her sleep ability. So
emotional.
You press your circle again and you can use the ability that you stole. But that's not all, because when you grab a strategist, not only do you take their ability if they have one, you gain 20 heals per second and they get a 4% debuff. So they do less healing, which can really come in handy. You really want to grab those healers if you can. I mean, if you're menacing the back line, rather, you'll want to. But you know, it is what it is. So let's grab Mantis again. As you can see, I am gaining 20 health per second, and that lasts for about 20 seconds, I believe. So that's what happens when you grab a strategist. So now we can get on to the fun part of the video. We're going to go ahead and we're going to see what we can take from everyone. We're going to start off with our Vanguards, and we'll see what abilities we get for them. So let's switch this over to Vanguard. We're going to start with Big Boy Hulk. Looks like we're going to do it the fun way. Looks like she takes his clap.
Hulk crash.
So it still works on Banner as well. We take the ability, we get the buff, and now you see she gets the Gamma clap from him. And this is weird because it changes every time. Doctor Strange. We grab old Doc here. We get the shield so we can help out with the back line. Amazing. Like, Doctor Strange mains hate to see me come in because I'm coming for that shield every time. So our next Vanguard, we are going to do Cap. Now, as you notice, Captain America does not have anything over his head, so we just basically get the buff debuff status for him. But if you grab someone who doesn't have an ability, your fatal attraction resets. So let's take down cooldowns just for a second so you can see that. No ability cooldown there. There's Cap. Say if I already used it, we got a 15-second cooldown in most cases. And since Cap doesn't have an ability, we grab it, and as you can see, our L1 ability comes right back instantly when we grab Captain America. Let's finish him off so we can get him back on a podium.
Don't come back now, you hear?
We'll move on to our next character. You know, it might be easy just to go down the line, but we already started with Vanguard, so we might as well just keep it that way. Next is Groot. With Big Groot, we gotta take the cooldowns off. With Big Groot, we get the ability to make his wall, so you can adjust the angles. You can build that boy, you can cancel, and that's what we take from Big Groot. Next up is Venom. So by grabbing good old Eddie Brock in the butt right there,
You're ours now.
we get his his symbiote attachment move where it slows them down. Grab him, gives that move so you can keep them at bay. They're trying to escape. That's going to slow them down so you can do more damage. Your team can do more damage and everybody can start the party. Especially him because he's so slippery. He can just get out of there. Big Mags. Looks like from old Magneto there. We get his shield. Again, another very helpful ability, but I just wish that it lasted longer.
Magnetic shift.
And as you notice, she also says the voice lines of whatever the move is, if they have a voice line for that. That's pretty cool too. We get the Awakening Rune from Thor.
Thunder's mine. Battle Fury burns.
So now that makes our melees the hammers. And they do run out. So that's what we take from Thor.
Best stay down now, sugar. Well, look who's up to no good.
Penny Parker. No ability that we can steal from Penny because she's just a girl in a mech. So that's gonna reset our Fatal Attraction, and we get the excuse me, we get the HP buff because it is a Vanguard. Moving on. The ever-loving blue-eyed thing looks like we get his
Rock solid.
rock damage ability,
Cover ya.
where we put, looks like we put the circles around. Let's grab him again. Let's see if we can actually do it, like if we can protect the ally with it. It doesn't look like we can protect the ally with it, like how he can jump in and put it with someone too. It looks like it's only for you when you do it with Rogue. All right, next up we got Big M, my girl. We steal the diamond form from Big M. However, we get the diamond form, so we get the damage reduction. We still keep our melee, but we get the damage reduction and also, you know, the perks of being in diamond form. Like she becomes unstoppable, so no CCs and things like that. For Angela, we don't steal anything from Angela. We just get Fatal Attraction and the buff debuff for the character. And for yourself, you just get good old Fatal Attraction. So now let's move on to our next class. Let's move on to the Duelist, and then we can start seeing what we take from those guys. So in our Duelist tree, which is going to be a minute because we have so many Duelists in this game, basically, we get Fatal Attraction from a lot of these guys. So, like Punisher, we're just going to get Fatal Attraction. Storm, however, if you're able to catch her, like if you're able to fly up, in addition to the damage buff and debuff, we get our radius buff. For circle to activate, for circle again to switch it to lightning or wind. That's what we steal from Storm. So if you got 2 storms, that's going to be insane. All right, next up, Hawkeye, we just get Fatal Attraction. Hela, we get the Soul Drain Stun. So if you see a Hela all in your mix, we can grab her little ball there to stun. And again, remember, when you grab a strategist, you get 20%. You get a 20% health increase. They can decrease until the Fatal Attraction runs out. Not the Fatal Attraction, until the Absorption runs out. So our next hero up to bat is Black Panther. We get Fatal Attraction. However, Magic got an ability over her head. We steal the Step Disc. You still have the ability to move in any direction that you need to with it. However, you can only call out can't do the spin because she doesn't have the sword, but you do call out the demon. You can still do it in the direction that you want it. So if I need to go up, I can point it up and do it that way.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
One more time. If we need to go back, we can go back. And that's what she steals from magic. Alright, Moon Knight, Fatal Attraction, Squirrel Girl. We actually get a tail bounce from Squirrel Girl. So, we grab my most hated character in this game. Grab her by the tail. Then we can use the tail to get out of dodge if we need to. Our next duel is up the bat. Black Widow, we get Fatal Attraction. Iron Man, if you're able to catch him, we get Fatal Attraction. Spider-Man, though, we get his amazing combo. Let's grab Pete. Get his uppercut. So,
well, fancy seeing you here.
Next, we have Magneto. I'm sorry, no, not Magneto. We're doing duelists. What are we doing? Next, we have Wanda. We get Dark Seal from Wanda. Grab her. You can throw it. You can. If you have enough time, you can detonate it. Let's grab her again, but you get the idea. You've been playing the game long enough, you know what it does.
You are under my spell.
You can either just let it fly.
Wild magic.
Alright. Next up. Bucky, we get Fatal Attraction. Star-Lord, Fatal Attraction. Namor, however, we get to spawn an octopus.
Fishy. Attack them. Well, look who's up to no good.
So that's pretty cool to add a little bit more carnage onto the field. Psylocke, we get our movement boost. So we get to teleport. That's what we steal from Quanon.
Sayonara.
And you hear her say the sayonara. Alright. Logan, we get his adamantium spirit. So, you know, you get the healing damage. You get the healing factor.
Claws out. It's on.
Well, it's kind of hard to see unless you're actually in the game. That's what we steal from him. Actually, let's take a look at what we actually get from him, because I'm not a Wolverine expert. So, briefly reduce incoming damage and gain regenerative healing factor. When taking fatal damage, begin to heal and rise with a healthy bonus health. Shaking off all debuffs. After a brief moment, any remaining bonus health morphs into a one-off heal. I mean, it is what it is, but preferably you probably want to grab him when you're close to dying. Next up, Iron Fist. I mean, I think we could have got better from Iron Fist. However, all we take from Iron Fist is his heal ability. So, that could have been better. Mr. Fantastic, we get Fatal Attraction. It would have been interesting to actually see Rogue stretch or expand, but it might be like a little bit difficult for the devs to make that work, maybe. It seems like anything that she takes doesn't alter her appearance or anything. It just gives her that ability. Human Torch. Now, Human Torch is interesting because if you can actually get up there and get him, you get his blaze, but you notice that it makes the triangle for you, or the square for you. You don't have to worry about actually trying to like form it. You can just go wherever you need to go. You got somewhere you need to hold, throw that boy out, and it becomes around you. Pause. It comes around you, but you know what I was trying to say. Anyway, that's what you get from Human Torch. I mean, I would actually like to see that as an ability with him. I mean, it'll make him easier to play with, but maybe just to have the option to actually throw out the full square, that'd be pretty cool. So with Phoenix, we get our stun. Well, not our stun, but from Phoenix, we get the ability where she throws that out and explodes the AoE.
Well, look who's up to no good.
Blade, we actually get his blood mode.
Bloodsucker.
So we get his lifesteal ability and all the perks that come
now,
with that
sugar.
for grabbing Blade. So you definitely want to grab Blade whenever you see him.
Bloodsucker.
Bloodsucker. And last but not least, with Daredevil, we get his Sonic Pursuit, the ability to lock onto a target.
Ooh, devilish. Face the devil.
All right, so that's what we get from Daredevil. We're on to our final class, which is the strats, which won't take as long. One that I like a lot is Loki, because if you grab Loki, you also get the ability to put a healing ward up. So if you're getting pressed, you can throw that boy down, keep them in your circle, keep yourself healed, keep your team healed. An amazing ability to take from him. From Mantis, as we saw earlier, we get her stun.
Take a nap.
I must resist.
Rocket, we get Fatal Attraction. Cloak and Dagger, it depends on who you grab. So if you grab Dagger,
Lights out.
you get her healing, kind of get her healing dome. However, if you grab Cloak, grabbing Cloak gives you the wall.
Suffer in the darkness.
Too easy to get hurt.
Wow, fancy seeing
So
you
Luna
here.
Snow, we get her glow up.
Chillin', Luna. Ow, your
Oh, we get our stun. Never mind. I thought we got our glow up. So that's pretty cool.
Now, you hear?
Adam Warlock, we get the Soul Bind.
Golden touch.
So your team's on the crutch.
Stronger together.
We get the Soul Bind where if they take damage, you guys heal too. We're almost done. Jeff the Land Shark, we actually get the healing bubbles with Jeff. So we grab this little punk. And then we get the bubbles for our team. Invisible Woman, another one of my favorites all around.
Now you see.
We get the ability to do our push,
Psionic burst.
get our Psionic Burst. Or we can, of course, we can pull it back as well. I missed, so I have to grab her again.
Now you see.
You can pull them in as well. One of the best abilities in the game. Ultron, we get Fatal Attraction because he's a robot. And for good old Gambino, it looks like we only get the damage damage.
Love me some Remy.
So
Shuffle up.
we can apply the anti-heal or
Love me some Remy. A
do a
boss.
raised flush. So that is everyone's abilities. Again,
Sorry,
also
darling.
please keep in
Honeymoon's
mind
over.
that when you grab a strategist, you get 20 heals per second for yourself, and they get a 4% debuff. It's another thing to note, and I may have mentioned this earlier, is that when she does her grab, she becomes unstoppable. So while you're doing this,
Well, look
it can
who's
bail
up
you
to
out
no
sometimes because while you're in this state, you can't be CC'd, you can't be damaged, or anything of the like. Now, if you get jumped afterwards, that's something different. But Say if you're trying to hold until some people get there, you got like 2 seconds for someone to show up that you just can't be damaged. Or sometimes it can be a lifesaver for you too, because if you grab someone and you get healing per second and you can get out of there, say if you grab and dash up out of there, you can go escape, you can heal. It's a good thing to do. It's situational. This character is situational with Rogue because she overall is kind of an off tank, and that's something that we'll get into in another video. She's an off tank. You can put up big numbers with her, but you really have to manage your cooldowns. But we'll get into that later. So that concludes our breakdown for Rogue. So that concludes our breakdown for Rogue's ability, her ability absorption rather, and everything that it can do. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you are able to just wreck shop with her, because I know personally I've been absolutely adoring this character. So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that bell button so you can be notified when I go live with a new video, or be sure to follow your boy on Twitch at The Scott Report so you can catch me live when I'm streaming Rivals and various other games. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.